And this the whole time I was talking, my hair was all stiff. You guys, I washed my hair like a couple of days ago and I put like leave-in conditioner in it, and it gets hard sometimes if I put too much in one area. So that's why this part is just like being so stubborn on my head, and it's been sticking out this whole video. But I already did my video with you guys, so I'm gonna keep it there. We're gonna be strong about it. No judgment zone here. Hey guys, what is up? My name is Michaela Smith Campbell, the fashion designer and founder of the fashion design brand MACK Smith, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about Hispanic owned fashion brand. Yes, I am well aware that last month was September, which for some of you who may not know is Hispanic Heritage Month. Over here we talk about diversity 12 days. Over here, we talk about diversity 12 months throughout the year, nonstop, 24/7, and we do not just limit it to only 1 month. So that is why I wanted to go over this with you, and I didn't want to do anything in September because I do not believe in that. I believe diversity should be celebrated throughout the entire year on different backgrounds, different people, different cultures, regardless. As an Afro-Latina, I am myself half African-American and Puerto Rican. So to me, this is very important, celebrating and talking about different brands, you know, Black cultural brands and Hispanic brands. So I think it's really important going over today's videos, the Hispanic brand, something that we don't normally talk about. I feel like we usually talk about when it comes to diversity and, you know, thinking of different brands. I feel like we usually talk about Black owned brands, and I really want to start getting into Hispanic owned brands in general because I feel like that's not as talked about or as popular. I myself, someone who is Black and Hispanic, you know, with my own brand, I think it was really important to celebrate not only Black or, you know, women owned businesses, but also Hispanic owned businesses. So that's why I'm super excited to do this video with you guys today and talk about all these Hispanic fashion brands that you may or may not know. And before I start this video, I just want to say and make it clear that I am not affiliated with any of these brands. None of them are sponsoring me for this video. These are just brands that I have come across myself who I really do appreciate their mission and their purpose, and I also have a love for their designs, their clothes, and their fashion and their whole art work behind their brand. So yeah, let's get started in this video. So the first brand that I'm gonna go over is by a Puerto Rican woman. And her fashion design brand is called Cora, and it was founded by Valerie Del Rey. And I love how, you know, this is a young woman, Puerto Rican of course. You know, I have to rep, like, you know, the Puerto Ricans out there. So she created this brand by taking a lot of her cultural experiences, and she also had sustainable practices that she does with this brand, and she created a swimsuit brand. And I really love this because this is a sustainable brand. Some prices are a bit more expensive, but of course, you mean, it's like a smaller business, great quality. I think from looking at her website, it's a great quality fashion brand that she focuses just on swimsuits. These swimsuits are designed to enhance one's beauties while also protecting the waters and your skin. She uses sustainable fabrics and sustainable practices, which I really admire, and I think it's super important when anybody's creating a new brand to use sustainable practices. As fashion, the fashion industry is one of the main leading industries in our world, and I think since it's such a huge industry, you know, it can make this every bit of the biggest impact possible when all or many brands become more sustainable and eco-conscious. I do think her swimsuits are really gorgeous though. You can definitely tell they represent, you know, the Spanish cultural. They definitely have a huge influence on that. So I definitely would recommend this brand if you are ever shopping for swimsuits. I just would highly recommend shopping at Cora, and I just love this myself. I think it's a beautiful tribute to the Hispanic culture. The next fashion design brand that I highly recommend you guys check out is called Raggedy Tip, created by Mexican founder Jessica Resendez. And a lot of her designs are inspired by her Mexican cultural roots. And you'll notice if you do check out her page, and even a lot of her pieces, it is very colorful. There's a lot of prints and just so many detailed embroidery. I think she does an immaculate job when it comes to a lot of her designs. And this is another young woman entrepreneur that we see, so definitely I love that. A lot of these younger women in the Hispanic culture are definitely blooming and they're grinding, and that's what we're here for. So she specializes, so Raggedy Tip specializes in accessories, home decor, stationery, and fashion pieces on the website and just the brand itself. And Raggedy Tip is known for its sewing techniques, its illustrations, its colors, its prints. You guys, this is like as if somebody threw like a Mexican culture with like, you know, high quality pieces together. It is so beautiful. I highly recommend you guys check her out. Jessica Resendez, and she has exquisite, one-of-the-kind pieces, and that's what really drew me to this brand when I did come across her brand. So I'd highly check it out, you guys. It's a good one. You're not gonna want to miss it. So the next fashion design brand is called Salva Negra, and it is founded by two young women, and it is run by two young women entrepreneurs, which we love to see, and Kristen Gonzalez and Sam Romero. And they honestly, in this brand, they practice a lot of sustainable practices. So this brand is rooted in ethical practices, and they're committed to ethically sourcing materials, transportation, and using zero waste packaging techniques, which is highly appreciated. I really do love this trend of like these newer upcoming entrepreneurs and designers who create their brand based on ethically sourced materials and zero waste packaging. I really do admire that, and I hope that, you know, this is a continuous trend that becomes a permanent trend and stays in the fashion industry, and hopefully other bigger retailer brands can definitely learn from these younger businesses and these younger entrepreneurs too. I definitely think this brand is so chic. They definitely do express their Latina heritage, and I just love that. I definitely do like when you're looking at a brand and you just know like, hey, like this is very cultural, I'm here for it. You can definitely tell like, you know, the vibe the brand is on, and you can definitely tell just by looking at a brand sometimes like the culture that, you know, that you're also connecting with when looking at their pieces or buying into their pieces or even wearing them. You know, it definitely is something of a self-expression that you just kind of, I don't know, it's like you're buying into culture. When you're buying into a culture from the culture that, you know, is whatever it is that you're buying into, it just seems so great that to know that you're supporting not only you know, a young artist's piece or a young designer's piece, but you're also supporting whatever heritage or culture that they're representing. I highly encourage anyone to invest in not only quality pieces but you know, cultural pieces too, because I think it's definitely a bigger impact that you're making. You know, and I think every single piece that you purchase goes a long way for that one designer or one artist, you know, and you know, and it gives them a chance to grow bigger and get their culture out there, and cultural pieces out there too, and make other customers and, you know, people in general just more aware of what the culture is all about. And two, you're learning too, when you invest in different cultural pieces, you're learning about that culture and its background. So that's why I think it's very important to you know, invest in these kind of pieces from these kind of designers as well. So the next Hispanic fashion design brand is an eyewear brand called La Pima, and it is founded by two young founders. It is founded by Gazela and Gustavo Eses, and they created this very chic, high-end, fun, yet vintage eyewear brand. And these are one of a kind pieces, you guys, because, you know, when I think of stylish, because when you think of stylish, good quality vintage pieces, I always think of eyewear brands such as like Australia, And then also, like, you know, people always think of Ray-Ban too when you think of vintage fun pieces, but honestly, like, I was looking at their website and I thought it was so pretty and beautiful. I thought La Pima was very eccentric and eclectic too, and it does definitely have a vintage touch to it. Their glasses are a bit more pricey, but again, you're investing in the smaller cultural businesses, and these are high quality items, you guys. It's not just something that you can just pick up at like your local retailer store that makes abundance of these at hand at one to sell. And these are one of the kind pieces that you're not going to see many other people wearing. And all of La Pima's pieces are handcrafted in Brazil, so you definitely do get that Brazilian vibe, that fun, that edginess, that cool vintage art pieces, staples. I definitely, you know, could see in my closet. I actually want to like kind of buy one eyepiece. It's like this beige orange circular eyewear piece that I saw. It looked really vintage and retro, and I'm like, oh, I really like that. I definitely highly recommend you guys investing in that because it just is such a cool, edgy, chic, elevated eyewear piece. The next Hispanic owned fashion design brand is called Matanas. Its designer Elk Rogue definitely adds touches of her heritage of Costa Rican and London vibes to the whole collection, several collections throughout the brand. And this brand specializes specifically in crossbody and handbags too. And these handbags are so unique. They're definitely Instagram worthy handbags. So the silhouettes are definitely unique, the shapes, the textures even, and definitely the hardware pieces that you'll find in the silhouette definitely makes it unique and very eclectic. This brand definitely creates high quality pieces that, you know, I think it's definitely worth investing in, because again, these are one of the kind pieces, you guys. So definitely invest in one of the kind pieces, invest in originality. You know, I am always an advocate for originality, investing in original pieces, and pieces that will last longer, that are unique, that you just can't find off of, you know, I don't even know, like your average retailer, wherever it may be, wherever you may shop, that, you know, millions of other people can get, you know. So I think it's so worth investing in products and pieces that, you know, are going to not only help grow someone's business, but also, you know, grow knowledge on a different culture that you're investing in, telling your friends about it, posting it about it online, tagging them in it, you know. So those little things go a long way for these fashion design brands, so I definitely recommend doing those. The next fashion design Hispanic owned brand is called Miguel Coronel, and honestly, this fashion design brand, okay, so before even, like, when you go on their website, just know that you're gonna be bound to, you know, click on and add about 5 bathing suits to your cart, because they have amazing swimsuits, you guys, that are, again, one-of-a-kind pieces that I think are so different, unique, cool, and original. This is created by a Colombian woman who uses a lot of her designs to celebrate women's body, enhance, you know, their body, enhance their beauty, and also celebrate the Colombian culture at once. So a lot of the silhouettes that you will see are very flamboyant, voluminous, and dramatic, and this definitely emphasizes a lot of the, you know, the Hispanic Colombian culture for her. And I do think the colors too are just so vibrant. They're so fun, unique, and you definitely won't see this at your local average retailer store. And a lot of these swimsuits do, you know, definitely, you know, have a lot of personality in it. So if you're ready to, you know, really enhance your wardrobe with swimsuits, definitely check out this brand for swimsuits for sure. So the next Hispanic fashion owned design brand is by Silvia Tarachi. Silvia Tarachi, and her fashion design brand is self-named after herself, Silvia Tarachi, and a lot of her brand is based off of her Colombian roots. So again, we're seeing a lot of these, you know, Hispanic owned brands, for the most part, not always. They really emphasize on their silhouettes. So we're seeing voluminous silhouettes. We're seeing a lot of drama in the fabric. We're seeing beautiful fabrics, of course, that are either draped or structured very well to fit the wearer's body. One of the kind pieces, like for example, in her collection, I did see that she had this baby blue, like off the shoulder top, and it was just so voluminous, like the shoulders, and she just cinched in the waist and had like a little peplum at the bottom of this one top that I saw on her website, and it sold for like $600. But you guys, we're seeing these one-of-a-kind silhouettes, and if they are used, you see them in high-end fashion design magazines and websites too. So these are, like, for the most part, high-end pieces that we're looking at, you guys. Emerging younger designers and cultural designers too. So I mean, if you're going to invest in a high-end piece, I mean, why not check out your local cultural emerging designers first before investing into a bigger company that, you know, will be good whether you add a coin to them or not. Regardless, I definitely do love her brand. I think it is so eccentric too. So those were my main fashion design Hispanic owned brands that really stood out to my eye. I mean, of course there are a million more out there that I have not gone over. So definitely, you guys, after looking at this video, I hope I encourage you to check out other fashion design brands, whether it's Hispanic culture, even investing into Black culture pieces or any different culture. I hope I inspired you guys to like go do, you know, research onto those other local emerging designers. But if you do have the money, you know, always take time. A lot of these younger designers or emerging fashion designers or local ones, they do put a lot of time and effort, and they end up getting great quality pieces and giving great quality silhouettes, great quality details. And you know, they are a bit more pricier because, you know, for the most part it could be ethical fashion or slow made fashion. So I definitely would recommend, before purchasing into a bigger retailer company that's a lot well known and a lot more established, checking out these creative fashion designers too. I had so much fun doing this video with you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment below and let me know which was your favorite Hispanic fashion design owned brand, or even like let me know, or other people know in the comments below, what Hispanic fashion owned brand you usually invest into or you like. To give this a thumbs up as well, and hit that bell notification too, just so you can get a future notice of when I'm dropping videos. And thank you guys so much for watching. I love doing this stuff with you guys on a weekly basis, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.